Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening. Welcome, friends, to Token Summit. We are rapidly approaching DAO Day 2/22/22 coming up on February 22nd. And this is now our 8th working group where we're getting together to finalize the details for our upcoming mini summit while we're moving towards a 3-day event in June. And wanted to, we started having a little bit of conversation on before we went live, and this is a brand new meetup group that just created. How fresh is this, Tyler? Like 24 hours or something?
Yeah, yesterday. We wanted to add an in real life component to our network, so we decided to start one here in our hometown. So that's what we're doing.
And we do have a retoken meetup group, and that's something that we're still trying to figure out some strategy on. And with this, we wanted to even broaden the scope here. Web3 is trending very much. DAOs are going to be a big topic. NFTs are still a big topic, and then everybody knows metaverse. What is the metaverse? But that's another conversation for another day. And this is a meetup. One of the things that we've talked about is leveraging, and I think one of the things that's going to be utilized quite a bit is hybrid events, and the COVID, Omicron, and whatever variations, and who knows how long that this dynamic is going to continue, and the opportunity of really providing local community for a lot of different reasons, just because the ability to connect in person. That's one of the things. Very excited. Multiple people here on the live stream today. And let me just take a pause and go down here, not in any particular order. We've got Blur's Day, Mrs. Yonks, Double D, Amy, and Poopster joining us for today's working group. So one of the things that we put in the pipeline here this week was the Metapod pitch competition, and I did. We didn't get shortlisted for Token Summit DAO for that, but I did actually, what do you call it? Listen or via the Discord for the Metapod DAO, and Metapod DAO is a new sub DAO of Metacartel. It's more of a incubator, and they hosted it was, I believe, 20 projects that they had shortlisted via their Discord. And yesterday on February, well, I guess it was technically Friday now since today is Sunday. So on Friday, February the 4th, they had 20 people do a 2-minute pitch in their Discord. And I did listen to that. And that's actually something here on our Notion, if anybody wants to come and take a look at that. It's a Metapod pitch competition, and I did itemize the participants in there. And one of the things that was very apparent in that is that they are very interested in supporting like IRL, in real life types of events. And we really believe here, Token Summit, the opportunity to have a strong local presence, but then we're working on delivering a virtual event coming up here on DAO Day. So this is one of the things that we wanted to just kind of like bring here forward to the team. And this is all an ongoing work in progress. We mentioned too, we do have a retoken meetup group. And one of the other ones that we may create here in March, depending on how this goes forward, is a cooperative housing for our home co-op. But that's another conversation for another day, because I am working towards developing a cooperative housing NFT that we think that can go into a cooperative housing protocol. But let's get back on track here for our working group today. So I think I can just click on back. Yep, here's our meeting notes, and we didn't get a strong agenda prepared. So I'm going to hand it over to Tyler as far as letting her navigate what we want to focus on today. And I'll take some notes while we're doing that.
Okay, cool. So the first thing is, can you please pull up the bounty board that Julie got started for us on DWork? while you're doing that, there is a Web3 solution called dwork.xyz that Julie or Blair said, I don't know if this was your idea, to start using dwork. One of the things that we like about it is it's still somewhat in beta. I actually had a really good conversation with their founder. It's the founder and the co-founder are actually ex-DAO guys who got started over there and just kind of met up and are raising money for this thing. And everything's free right now, and it's all sorry, baby. Everything's free right now, and it's all in beta. So they're really open to feedback. And if we want this thing to get shaped in a specific way, we have a lot of opportunity to give them feedback on this. So what the tool is, Jason, do you want to start screen sharing this, or were you able to find it?
Yeah, I'm getting to the app here. I was trying to make it bigger, but I don't know.
I think it was, I think Julie started it for this, but I know like Poopster is a huge fan of it. It's heavily used in UMA, the superhumans.
Awesome.
So yeah, I haven't played with it myself though.
Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. So shout out to Julie for making that happen. And one of the things that, so I talked to their founder, and we'd actually invited him to be part of the summit. He's going to let me know if he can make it here soon. And one of the things that it does is it lets you connect your wallet, set up bounties. When the bounties get, and I'm not sure exactly how this works in the back end, if you hook it to your safe or whatever, but say somebody does a project, a little mini bounty for 1,000 token Summit DAO tokens, and then at the end of the epic, it just pays out everybody that completed their bounties. So we're figuring out exactly how this works. Julie set up two things for us. She set up everybody in coordinates, so we weren't able to do a partial epic. So I had the first epic start Monday tonight at 4 a.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern, and then run for a week. So that seems to be working, or that seemed to work in retokens. That's what we're going to do again. But so with dwork, we can hook the bounties to everybody's wallets, and then at the end of the epic, we can just mark the bounties complete, and then everybody gets paid, and it's way less manual for everybody. So one of the things I wanted to make sure all of you guys are in it, you know how to connect your wallets. We put up some bounties and people start claiming them. And one of the things that this is not just, don't just wait for Jason and me to put up bounties. We want you guys to put up bounties that of work that you want done, and also work that you want to do. I mean, if you just want to throw up a bounty for yourself and then
on dwork here, Tyler, I'm seeing that because I created this project board for DAO Day, and I see that Julie created another Token Summit DAO bounty board, and the opportunity of like organizing this on a per season basis, which was what I was hoping to do. So that's something that we need to get on the same page about, just so that we don't have like project sprawl. And like,
yeah, that
for
was
example,
yeah, that was probably just a mix up for me. I don't know if I knew that you had already established a board when she and I were talking about establishment, so that might have been my fault. We can either rename one of the boards, or we can next one. I don't know if her board or your board has anything on it yet, but which board are we going to use? Let's just figure out that one, post it, and then get everybody connect their wallet to it, and then let's get going on it.
Yeah, and I would prefer just to get everybody ingrained on the hashtag, because the more that we can use the hashtag and use that consistently, I think that will pay off. And then like to carry that thought further, like the one that we have here, the Token Summit DAO bounty board. This is one, and I don't know if she's got a task on it yet. I think I see one here, but like
why don't you just screen share, Jason, and create your just create your, oh, I was on the wrong screen, your screen sharing. Create a task and just show everybody how to get connected. And then let's just get a task created and show everybody how to claim it. And then.
Well, I mean, there's one in here. I mean, this isn't real complicated. I would rather, but I was trying to see if I could change the, rename the board here, or the project.
Okay, did you post the board so everybody can just link into it?
Yeah, there's also in Discord, and this is one of the things. Let me enable streamer mode here on Discord real quick. Okay, so streamer mode is enabled. So on Discord, and this is one of the things too, and I know that Blurs, you made this voting proposals channel here with the Halbot integration. So just created a new category here, DAO Gov and Ops, and then Bounty Board, super creative, right? So the Bounty Board, and let me see if I've got this pinned. I don't think I do. Let me do that right now, because this has the link to the organization page. So pinning this in here, and you can see that this is the integration here. So whenever a task gets created, I think on either project, because this is the one that Julie created here, Token Summit DAO Bounty Board. And you can see the little wheel here on the project. This is where you do the Discord integration. So you can see here it's connected to Bounty Board. And I don't have enough experience with GitHub. I definitely want us to, and let's put this for a bullet point to talk about here today, because as far as starting to get, because we do have an organization in GitHub as well, but anyway, so you can see here that the integration with Discord, this is another great thing about DWork is it's got great integration. So you can see here the bot created the task, and I don't know, I guess you can just click on this and this will probably link directly to the task. So here's the task. So this is the Notion consolidation bounty. And then I haven't used this. So one of the things too that I believe that happens is that there will be a Discord thread created for this in the I think it'll exist right here under the bounty board. And I think it's one that exists that's a private thread with the reviewer and the assignee. And one of the things that I'm not sure if this can facilitate is if there's multiple contributors on a particular task. Blurs was saying, Poopster, that you use this over at Super Humans. Have you been involved in any of the tasks that are on the payout process?
No, I haven't gotten into any of that stuff. Uma's not using it. We were using it just with a group of friends actually. So yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. No, I haven't done any payouts or anything. I haven't really gotten into, just kind of, no, you've used it more than I have.
Fair enough. Well, so that's one of the things that we do here is learn all this stuff together. Yes, Double D.
I think more than one person can do the tax. Yeah, basically more than one.
Yeah, so there I just assigned Yonks and Mrs. Yonks to the Notion consolidation bounty, and I don't know what the due date is. Let's just do this for here tomorrow. And I don't know if this was a test task or if this was one that Julie was creating. So task points, go ahead, Tyler.
That was one that I had actually, she had said put up a bunch of bounty, or I said put up a bunch of bounties. She had said there's a tasks in a few different places. I just want to make sure I'm putting up bounties for work that needs to be done that isn't already done. So I said just throw up a task for me, consolidate Notion, put everything in one place, and then that was sort of her giving me a to do to make sure that she had a clean list to put up bounties for. The other thing that and I don't know if we're going to do this through Coordinate or DWork, is D-Sign, Dax, OX Animal, Julie, Amy, there's several of you guys that have done work. Are we just calling everything that everybody's done up till this point covered in the first token drop, or are we doing bounties for work that people have already done so that they can claim it and get points or whatever?
Yeah, no, I think that we should do some retro. I have no problem doing retroactive bounties. And to reiterate here, let's actually go take a look at our tokenomics here, because this is one of the things that going to update a little bit. This is for season 0. And as we mentioned, right now we are in week 5, but we didn't get this coordinate season started. So instead of just adjusting the coordinate, because I think that these are pretty lucrative dynamics. And this is one of the things too, that if we don't allocate, it's not like we have to spend 11 million tokens here. That is 5% of that. And I feel really good as far as the season distribution. And this is one of the things where I was going with this, is I was planning on just taking out this line item. And since we're talking about the bounty board, we do have a very large, and like one of the things that was wanting to put on the bounty board here, and let me actually do that right now. Well, we're not set up quite, well, I guess we could test it, but the one that I was wanting to put on the bounty board, and this is again a technical capability that I don't know if it exists, because like right now in season 0, our token Summit DAO right here that we minted in January, 222 million tokens. And we have no intentions of establishing liquidity. Now, whether that happens over time, that will be up to the community. But here in season 0, where Token Summit DAO has no value and no plans to establish liquidity, especially with 2 weeks being right around the corner, one of the things was wondering is if there's a multi-currency capability over here on DWork. As far as, I don't think that there is, but that might be an opportunity where you could provide a reward in the governance token, TS DAO, and then like Matic, for example. And like we're doing a pretty Polygon centric DAO day, just for a lot of different reasons. And like Token Summit DAO will soon be receiving after we get our multi-sig set up. And that might even be something that we do today, is create the snapshot proposal. I think that Tyler had that all ready to go for our multi-sig. But I was just kind of rambling there a little bit as far as one of the opportunities, if it doesn't exist, because like one of the bounties that we have an immediate opportunity for is like over here. We have a functional page for tokentown.tokensummit.xyz. Functional as in you can buy a ticket for our event, but there's not a whole lot of detail and it doesn't look very pretty. So
it is gorgeous. Oh, by the way, I don't know if he was able to join us, but we have a new person in our community, King Fuhad, who is a professional designer, and also we've got Jay-Z on here. You've got a great design background too. So if either of you want to take a crack at this page, Jay-Z, I don't know if you have any interest in this. One of the functionalities that we can do is the actual image and the lock are not locked together, so we can actually switch out the artwork. And that's something that I don't know if so Jason, how does that work as far as is the artwork always able to be changed, or is that just the way that we set it up?
Yeah, you can. And that's one of the things, that there's a lot of different knobs that you can tune and tweak with Unlock Protocol. And that's one of the things that this will be a great opportunity for us to get better at using those. And that's one of the things that I was mentioning earlier about as far as the workflow. But what Tyler is saying, for each token, we can establish the URI, the token URI for the NFT. And these NFTs that I created here, these images, this is literally took something that took me 5 minutes, and I really have no expectation that we will be using these tickets. Now, if somebody doesn't deliver something better, like, and this is a bounty opportunity here, I think, right, Tyler? Like for us, and whether we could even extend that to Retoken and or Token Town, because this is a functionally a partnered community project. So the opportunity of representing Retoken and Token Town to get a better event ticket. I think that if somebody doesn't step up, I mean, like, it's again, functional.
Right. I just realized Double D, you're a designer too. Double D, Jay-Z, and can extend this to King Fuhad because he had mentioned that he's interested in helping out. I don't know if he wasn't able to make this call, but anyway, if any of you guys want to do that, let's just do a bounty and then just figure that out too.
Go ahead, Blurs.
Would it be a waste of time to show how to create that bounty and on the board, because I'm trying to do it now and I can't.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see, which board are you on?
Oh, I'm on that one. I don't have a plus sign. I'm not special.
Do we have to invite everybody to that board?
Well, first of all, like, I don't know if we can change, because I was looking around and
you're on there. Blurs is in the project. I think that's your little icon on the DAO day.
I think he was talking about this. So, because I don't really want to use this board, and I was trying here right now to see where to change the name, and I don't know if we can change the project name. And I would really prefer to, just from a consistency standpoint and a marketing standpoint, use the DAO day here for anything regarding this. And like I'm going to go ahead and create one for Token Summit as well, 622. And this is our hashtag for our 3-day event and contributor suggestions, Discord integration. So this is creating a new project here. And then we'll, let's see, post all task updates in one channel, post updates in one specific channel thread, post in, and we want this to go in bounty board, thread.
Okay, just to chime in. So it looks like I can create one in the DAO day one, but I can't in the other one. That's fine.
Let's see, want to create, oh, this is what I was wanting right here. Create a thread per task, good for discussions. Post all newly created. Yes. Okay. So this is creating a new project. This isn't something that we will do that often. Now, like Tyler was starting to have some talks about doing a women in DAOs or some type of like breakout group for women. And I was like, go women. And that would be like a new project opportunity, for example. So let's create this new and let's see about the settings here. So invite, project admin, and let me I'll send this to you, Blurs, here via the DM on Zoom, and that should be a link. And oh, one of the things too is this is something that makes it easy, because I think with this right here, allow users with a certain ERC20 token to join this project without a manual invite. So since we are a tokenized community, we are ERC20, and then let me grab our contract address, which is right here, very convenient. So here's our token. So let's see, contract address, look up.
Here, well, while you're doing that, I just wanted to take a side note on one other thing. Dax set up our collab land for TS DAO. So we've been talking about tokens and tokenization. Are you guys all familiar with why we have collab land with the automation on that? Is anybody not familiar with that? Okay, so the whole thing on collab land is I want to get everybody to assign themselves Token Summit role, and through collab land, once we have that, then a lot of this other stuff with
you're going off track here, babe. Like, let's focus on DWorks. That's a tangent. I would like to stay on track, but let's add that to the agenda here in a minute, because I don't even think I've gone through the process yet. And
you haven't, you're lame, but it's okay. I still love you.
Well, it was doing that very intentionally. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that it showed this. Look, it shows live on YouTube. Anyway, I didn't know that did that. That's kind of neat. And I guess that's because I integrated one of these channels that I'm streaming on. So looking here, it did create the thread, and it looks like it does it automatically. And this might be a setting that we might want to adjust, because archiving within 24 hours is pretty short. And with having a level 2 boosted server, I believe that we've got the full week, and I don't know if we wanted that. I think 3 days would probably be the right number. And looking here, is this a private? I don't know if it's a private thread. Can you see this, Blurs, this thread? Like in the
let me. Which one?
Well, you
should consolidation. I see that one. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a private thread. That's cool.
Nope.
So, and I just added Blurs as an admin here for Token Summit 622. Let's see if there was anything else that I'm gonna do an invite here to invite project admin, and I'm gonna send a DM here via Zoom to you as well, Tyler, and you can click on that link to add yourself. So we also enabled the token gating. So that makes it easier for any token holders to automatically join, because I think the other aspect is that they have to, you have to give them a manual link. And we're going to set the visibility on this one to public. I'm not going to do anything right here with the payment methods, because we don't have our multi-sig wallet in place. And this is one of the things that it looked like. And I didn't spend a lot of time, but I think over here on DWork, on their homepage, they did have some videos, and they definitely support multi-sig wallet capabilities within the workflow. So that's something else that we can test out. And I think that's the add the payment method. Like right now, we're still operating on the Token Summit.eth MetaMask hot wallet. And again, I don't know, we'll talk more about GitHub later. So let me go ahead and close this. I think that we've got this all working here. And let's go here to DAO Day, because we were talking about, and look, I'm going to go to the little wheel for the settings on here. So I also have the token gating here. And I've got you as a contributor right now, Blurs, but did you see that you were able to do everything, or do you want me to bump you up to admin? Admin, I'll make everybody admins here.
I was able to, yeah, I was already able to see the plus sign and such.
So what you might have like more capabilities now on, do you see the little wheel up here? You probably didn't have the wheel before. So like, let's say add a task, because this would be a good like retroactive bounty. And one of the things too, wanted to thank Dax for getting the collab land. This is one of the things that we're going to definitely need to get some documentation in place, because we would really like to have the token gating, and don't really expect much momentum on that, especially for DAO Day, but it'll be interesting and exciting to see the Discord grow as we continue to have success delivering virtual events and the opportunity to potentially do more fun things with all of the tickets, NFTs that we'll have for our events. Because like we started this in Notion over here for DAO Day, and this is I think it's actually, yeah, so over here on our Notion, this is our space for Token Summit, and here DAO Day, and then you've got Token Summit 622. So for DAO Day, we've got the partnered communities table here. This is what we're going to utilize for keeping track of the unlock, and I think it's called a lock. So the NFTs in unlock language are the keys, and the smart contract, which utilizes ERC 721. The lock is the smart contract. So this is the Notion database that we're going to be utilizing for that, and doing a really simple, like a 1 for the basic ticket and then a 2 for the gold ticket here. And this is something that will work again on, I don't know how much documentation that we're going to have in place for DAO Day, but this is one of the things that we can get better at, creating the documentation, so that like when we're doing these on a regular basis, we won't have to reinvent the wheel every time, right, Tyler?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, and this would be here too, Dax, if you wanted to go ahead and add the collab land for these two contract addresses. I did on our previous working group acquire, so I'm token ID number 1 on the gold ticket here that I bought on our last working group to test that very basic but working page here at tokentown.tokensummit.xyz. So like coming back here to DWork, let's go ahead and
Jason.
create. Yes, Dex.
Yeah, quick question. So, so we have like 2 different tickets, right? One is for the gold, another one is like what is it, basic? Yeah. So do we want to like identify individually, or just like a mingle together and say ticket holder or something like that? I don't know, how would we want to go about doing that?
I don't know. Do we have the capability? And I don't have an answer for you. I understand what you're asking as far as whether we want to have like a Discord role for each ticket.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I think for right now, let's go ahead and do that. And I don't know if there's some scalability concerns with Discord. And again, like what would be most ideal at some point is to automate this within a workflow standpoint so that we could like, but that's after we have a lot more success with this event format that we can talk about automation and stuff. But yeah, like for right now, let's go ahead and just do like a Discord role for each ticket type. And if that becomes problematic here for even DAO Day, that would be a good problem to have. Let's do it for now, and then we can change later.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Can we do that per partnered community? Like
Yes.
if we token under it, we'll have the basic and the gold. And if there's another partnered community, they can have the basic and the gold. I don't know if that would make it more categorized.
Absolutely. And that's actually the goal, Amy, is like the opportunity for each partnered community where they could create a ticket that really, embodies their whatever they want to represent on their ticket. That's the value. That's one of the value propositions of this format is that the partnered community can create, and that's one of the things like that I was talking a little bit about earlier, is that we under Retoken, should create the incentive there at Retoken for the, what we want the ticket to look like. Because that's one of the things that we really want to provide as an opportunity, the partnered community to create their own basic and gold ticket for this event. And then also like the opportunity here too, like Retoken. And I'm not saying that we need to have a separate Retoken. We definitely don't, but the opportunity would exist. And then like we could do that for any, and I think I have one for White Hat DAO also. So like the opportunity for White Hat DAO to have their own White Hat DAO, Token Summit DAO ticket, that's the unique opportunity that we're creating here with this partnered community ticketed aspect. Did that answer your question, Amy?
Yes, it does. However, I like the way our ticket looks like. If we could co-brand their ticket, like instead of Retoken, have their emblem on there, so that we are connected.
Yeah, the Retoken would be their emblem. That's an example of, so it would be,
No,
yeah,
I'm talking about the partnered community. Like, let me think. Like, if BUIDL wants to be there, keep the Token Summit emblem, because they're joining the Token Summit, so their community also knows. It's like co-branding. And instead of Retoken DAO on that ticket, have their logo in there. I don't know if that should work better rather than them creating their own NFT from scratch. That's just a thought.
yeah, it's a great idea. We are going to offer them a really simple design of saying, if you just want to put your logo in right there next to Token Summit or whatever you want. I mean, we can make it look however they want, but yeah, if we don't need any logos on there that they don't want. So if it's just Token Summit and BUIDL or Token Summit and whoever, that's totally fine.
Yeah, because co-branding is also strong. They can see us and they can see their community. And I think when we promote this, we need to promote it as a community. Well, I'm short of words right now, but make it like Jason said, it's community centered, and they need to own it. And being in Clubhouse and using my Token Summit logo, I had a couple of people already ask me, actually 3 people already asked me, how can they join? And if their partnered community is still not with us, and of course we may or may not have them on board, can we onboard them under Retoken?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. So we are going to put anybody that comes in randomly through us. What we had just said to our partners was, we're not going to do an active marketing pitch. We're not going to try and compete with them. If somebody from our community brings in somebody, then sure, we're happy to push them through our channel, but we're just not out there marketing and trying to get people to go through our channel at the same time we're telling our partners to do it. And by the way, speaking of partners, Blurs, Poopster, I know a bunch of you guys are involved in other communities. Are any of your communities interested in being partner communities? Have you talked to them, or can you talk to them about becoming partners? I know you're both in some other projects.
Real quick, I did want to indicate here that this tokensummit.xyz, and I don't know if everybody saw the tweet that I sent out the other day, but this was something that Tyler felt with the website as it exists is a functioning website. And I did get the buttons updated here for both these tickets, where it actually opens up a new tab to this landing page here, which is a functional landing page for somebody going through this process to actually acquire either the gold pass or the basic pass for this event. So this is functioning, and if anybody wants, like Amy, if you want to promote this, it's absolutely functioning where somebody could go through and acquire a Token Summit DAO retoken ticket here today.
Yeah, I've already DM'd them the original one, but if it's live already, then I can share it again with them, because I told them it's not live right now, but when it's live, I'll let you all know. So yeah, I can DM this link again, and they can go sign up. But I am really looking forward to promoting this in other partnered communities as they go on board, because that's what I think. I like the idea that they can promote this to their community, and at the same time get revenue out of it.
Yeah, and we're really positioning DAO Day here coming up, with it literally being only a couple weeks away. We really want it to be a done for the community experience, and we really want to make it easy here with the short time period. Now, we would really like to increase the engagement and the collaboration, especially for the 3-day event coming up, Token Summit 622, where we've got a lot more runway from a planning standpoint. But yeah, and that's a great idea and some feedback there. If somebody doesn't mind the very basic ticket here, that I have no problem just swapping out the logos over here and using a co-branded dynamic. I really think that most communities would prefer to create their own. I would hope to see them create their own ticket, but if they're feeling time crunched or whatever, I mean, these tickets would be very, very easy to just swap out some logos on to have a co-branded ticket that would be functional. And the thing that's so fabulous, just to reiterate here, the opportunity to change this artwork like a couple weeks from now, even after the event, absolutely exists. And that's a technical capability that we can do. So there's not like any permanency, and to provide a little additional perspective, I don't need to go through that right now, because everybody saw how easy it was when we created the lock for this on our previous working group for the gold ticket. And then we've already been having some conversations, and this is actually something on the Retoken Discord. Probably a lot of people missed this. I know that I tagged Blurs in the ETH Austin channel down here, but I was going to link this up real quick, because we have been we're actually going to be featured Retoken, and this is an event coming up here. Texas Farmer is one of the founders of the WGMI community, and he's very involved in several meetup groups. And this is for the Blockchain Developers United group of Austin, Texas. So this is an opportunity here where we've got an hour or two to really and the conversation's going to start out as Retoken, and then it's going to gravitate towards Token Summit, and then I can anyway. So this is something that we're already starting to have conversations with some partnered communities. Did something similar in ETH Builders New York. When was that, Tyler, that we had that conversation? Was it
a
Wednesday?
week ago?
Yeah,
less than a week ago. Very recently, within the last few days to a week. It was kind of funny. He offered us some time, and then it was 15 minutes, and then it was an hour of a 2-hour meeting, and then in an hour we kind of cut ourselves off and said, hey, do you need the rest of the meeting? And then nobody said anything, so we just went for another hour, and everybody stayed on. So
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was really fun because that was actually during that time there, actually created the lock for the basic ticket using unlock protocol there. So went through that process and showed them how easy that was to do. And then, as mentioned here, we did the gold ticket on the Token Summit previous working group. So getting back here, we kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent. Let's get back here to DWork, because I was actually wanting to create a and I'm going to do this as a in progress because it's already been some work being done on it. And I don't know how much capabilities that we have to modify this, but this is, I'll put this in like a little bracket here, Discord, and this is collab land bot configuration. And we'll do Discord as a tag here. Assignees will assign DAX to this. And create, and let's see, we've got I'll do a bullet point. It looks like it uses, yeah, Markdown. So this is a more opportunity. Markdown is also used in all over the place. So would encourage everybody to get better at the Markdown. So we're gonna create a TS DAO and actually subtasks. Let's do this as a get. We'll make this configure collab land bot for various tokens involved in DAO day 222. And we'll add a subtask here. Let's call this one TS DAO Polygon ERC20. And I'm going to just hit enter and see what happens with enter. Okay, so that was the one subtask. Another one is the, we'll do the retoken token town CO tickets, NFT tickets. And look, you can even assign people on that. That's kind of cool. It's a pretty well thought out as far as the simplicity and the functionality that it provides. It's pretty well thought out.
It's really powerful just looking at this. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, I'm really liking it. And then the fact that it's Web3 native is absolutely fabulous, because like one of the challenges with Retoken, the way that we've been doing the it's been, and I've saved everybody the pain that I've been having as far as the airdrops and stuff like that, and being able to associate the task with the reward component and just ease of that workflow is absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to just put in here a due date of the 8th, and I don't know, this is something too, Dax and everybody else, like with this, I don't know if it would make sense, and I don't know what the capabilities are as far as the subtasks, but I'm gonna just put a couple hours here for this task reward, where I'm not going to go through this. This is something that we'll figure out later, because and this is, again, just kind of thinking out loud. One of the things, because we're going to talk about the multi-sig here momentarily. Let me go ahead and get this task created right now. So this is one that's in progress. And like here, one of the things that you can go do, Dax, since you already completed this task, you can mark this one. And let's actually go take a look at Discord, because this should have created a new, which it did. So it created a new thread, and it automatically added Dax and myself, since I was the originator of that. So that's fabulous. Great tool. Love that, where we can do the Discord conversations. Fabulous. And then from a workflow standpoint, it's got a in review, and I think that that's, and then when it gets over here to the done, that's where it, and we'll figure out the bounty compensation, like going back to our tokenomics here. Let's see. So we've got, let me just go here to this page. So we've got a very large amount of tokens for the pool here. Like one of the bounties that I would really like to put a Matic reward behind is getting a better theme. And this is one of the things, I don't know if I want to do that here. I would like it to be a little bit more thought out. We don't have any Matic to fulfill that yet, but we will after we get our multi-sig set up and then get the funds transferred over for the first sponsorship retoken that we passed via retoken on Snapshot TDP 24. So yeah, no, this is a great tool. Thank you, Julie. I know you're not with us here during this working group, but thank you for bringing this forward. Really enjoying this, because I had, even though I'm really liking Notion, I had some reservations based upon what I was seeing for using it for tasks. And that's a longer conversation, and we're already halfway through our 2-hour working group here. But any thoughts? I'm excited about using this tool, and this could be I was already starting to have the conversation with Mrs. Yonks about how much I'm enjoying using Notion. And now that we've got a more Web3 native bounty board solution. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let you all throw in some thoughts here on this one.
I think that said that you can import stuff from Trello.
Yeah, I saw that as an option. I'm
Well,
not sure.
And the thing that's so fabulous about this is I don't even know if that functionality was there literally a couple days ago. That's how like how much that the team is making updates to this.
They so I had a pretty good conversation with the founder, and so two things. One is he's very familiar with Trello and Notion already. So one of the things that he is kind of picking and choosing the best functionality of everything and adding it in. And number two, their server is pretty small and it's very responsive. So if you guys want to jump in there and make suggestions to them, I mean, you're interacting with the founders and they are adding functionality all the time. They are VC backed and they don't have their final profit model worked out yet. So I think they're trying to figure out how they can provide the most value and then figure out a profit model later on. So weighing in on that is, if you want to, is I'm sure helpful and appreciated.
If that's the case, you can tell him alpha testers should be grandfathered in for free. Just kidding.
Hey, you know, I'm always down to trade value for value. So we actually invited the founder to speak at DAO Day. I don't know if that's going to be an interview / product demonstration or a panel of our favorite DAO tools, but we thought this is super interesting. And one of the things that we really want to create with DAO Day is to say, if your DAO isn't quite what you want it to be, how do you make it better with the right tools? Or if you don't know what you're doing, how do you just get all the right answers at the same time? So that's what we're trying to create. Okay, so did we already cover what we needed to on Collabland?
I think so. Did you get what you needed? We also created here a task for that. And with how easy it is to create a task on this, and this is just more coming full circle, Dax. Let's just get this one completed. And I see Dax already got one of those subtasks checked off. So let's just use this, like this Collabland bot configuration, and we'll figure out what we want to kind of like, because one of the things that we need to kind of think about too is getting somewhat of a consistent baseline. Because the other thing too, we've got a large amount of tokens that we're doing via Coordinate, which is okay. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, we only budgeted 5% of our total token supply for this first event. And I think we all know delivering a solid first event here will make it a lot easier to have a solid event coming up in June. But I feel good. Did you need anything else right now as far as the collab land stuff goes, Dax?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, if I understand correctly, I think we're going to be creating or adding 2 more roles. You know, one for gold, you know, another one for the regular basic token. Just another thing is, I'm just thinking out loud. You know, if this is, you know, kind of like going on a tangent, you know, please stop me, and then we can, you know, come back and talk to it later. See, the thing is, you know, we're introducing so many like tools. You know, I know we are kind of like you know, trying to you know, test out, you know, what is out there, and you know, see which one fits, you know, better suits for us for the DAO. I guess the question is, since you guys, you know, worked on this tool, you know, longer than I'm just curious to know, is there like a integration with either Coordinate or Superfluid? Because, you know, those are the 2 tools we are trying to, you know, Coordinate already we are, you know, using, you know, trying to use that, and also for the Superfluid in the future, right? We're trying to kind of like come up with a team-based thing, and then allocate, you know, tokens to the team, you know, lead person, and then, you know, from there it gets distributed to the, you know, participants within the team, right?
Well,
this is a loaded question. You know, if you don't know the answer, that's fine. I'm just curious to know.
No, I think it's a great thought. So there's 2 things. One is the bounty board is for functionally one and done tasks, like you made a graphic or you did something on the website or something, and then we just pay your tokens out and that's it. The Superfluid is more for a continuous payment stream. So if we set, and this was what we were talking about in Retoken, if you're the team captain and you're having meetings every week and you're coordinating all these projects and whatever, we wanted to start a continuous stream so that we didn't have to keep doing the same token drops for the same people in the same amount every week. We could just say, hey, pay this person X tokens on a continuous stream. And then Jason and I were in another DAO where they actually did that once a year. So they said, hey, this particular NFT is going to stream this many tokens in a Superfluid stream over a year. So the functionality with Coordinate, I think, would probably be more relevant to the bounty board. The Superfluid would be really interesting, but I think that would be more if we let somebody claim a bounty to be a team captain, which I don't know if that's actually a bounty or a role, but that's more, I think, where Superfluid would fit.
And since we're talking a little bit about DAO compensation, like Superfluid, and to be clear, like this Token Summit DAO is super fresh, as everybody knows. I mean, we just minted our social tokens like a couple weeks ago, and the biggest thing here, and this is something that want to really encourage everybody to be really diligent about with Coordinate, besides the tokenomics that we're, and I'll go back here real quick to this table. So we're planning on using Coordinate for more than just the distribution of the tokens here, because like looking here as far as this 80-20 rule that we talked about, and this is one of the things that we should talk a little bit about here, is the 80-20 profit sharing with team from sponsorship. So we're planning, and this is one of the things that we'll have more conversation. I don't know how many sponsors that we're going to have for DAO Day coming up here on and technically we're not having any sponsorship opportunities for DAO Day 2222. What we are doing is for any partner or for anybody that sponsors us for Token Summit 622 coming up here in June, they'll also receive exposure and sponsorship benefits for DAO Day. And this is one of the things that we have put forward already and it's kind of here in the tokenomics, but it actually has more depth than the tokenomics, because when we're talking about the profit sharing with the team from sponsorships, and they're all, we don't know what the revenues are going to be as far as what the cost of producing the event are, but we've got, you know, in fairly clearly numbers as far as like on this 80-20 dynamic. And this is one of the things that we need to be focused on after we get DAO Day delivered, as far as getting everybody on the same page for the, you know, the profit sharing. Because to summarize this event, and this is one of the things that I would encourage everybody to really embrace too, as far as describing, like, why are we doing Token Summit? 3 reasons. We want it to be fun, we want it to be profitable, and we want it to be educational, and almost really in that order, because we believe if the event's fun, people will come back. We know if it's profitable, we'll keep on delivering that. And then educational, you know, that just adds to the value proposition here. And those are 3 little very simple things that we can really tell people, why are we doing Token Summit? And then so anyway, wanted to go off on that a little bit as far as the but like Superfluid and all of these types of creative tools. And I'll actually digress here momentarily too. Talked a little bit about Metapod, and there was another tool that came up in there. It was called Compy, and this was from Kohi. And I don't even know, like, if we do a search on the internets for Compy DAO compensation, let's see if we find anything here on the Google. So I don't even know if I found anything, but that was another DAO tool for compensation. So expect the DAO tooling and the compensation to really heat up here in 2022. And we'll continue to bring new tooling forward. And as most of you probably know, this isn't the only DAO that we're going to be launching here in 2022. Like Mrs. Yonks and I were talking about this meetup group. Literally later today, we're going to launch a token to represent this meetup group. And this is one of the things that we're wanting to create a model. We're wanting to create a blueprint here, everybody, where we can just replicate things, whether it's a local meetup group or whether it's this virtual event format, but create a profit component. Because if you can do something and it brings a profit component to it, the likelihood of being able to scale that, and that's one of the great things that blockchain has done so well. That's one of the reasons that blockchain exists, is because it's got economic incentives ingrained into that. And that's one of the things that we are really looking to do here with some of the framework that we're creating. And we've said, and we'll continue to say, this is all ongoing social experiments. DAOs themselves are organizational social experiments. And anyway, that's I could talk about that for hours. So coming back, like we'll be talking more about Coordinate, but make sure that that's something that everybody is really doing a solid job about, as far as allocating and then reflecting the things that you're doing. And that's one of the things that we will try to have a balance of, because we don't want to create bounties for everything. Like this meetup group that we created here, this absolutely will add value to the entire ecosystem the DAO ecosystem that we're building out. But this isn't something that we're creating a bounty for, because this we're expecting, like this 3CO, which is super uncreative. 3-Wind DAO, Colorado, and that's what the token's going to be for this meetup group here. And I can't even tell you what the tokenomics are going to be for that. Like, that's the thing, like associating a DAO with the meetup group, you know, I don't know. We'll just kind of figure it out as we go. Like, and that's one of the things that we do quite regularly here, because this is all, again, a work in progress. But
are any of you guys interested in starting local meetup groups? And not, again, so it's not going to be specifically related to this event, but just to start building a local community in your hometowns?
I've been thinking about that more on blockchain crypto to begin with, and then migrate them to everything else, because that's how I started. I started really just buying Bitcoin in January, and then it migrated to trying to get more knowledgeable in other aspects. And so I think we can start it from the very basic and then migrate them to different stuff. So that was what I was planning on doing here in Memphis to start with.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we'll share our stuff with you, and you're welcome to use whatever you want. But yeah, our ideal situation is we'd like to start having everybody who wants to build up local meetup groups, networking groups, and start connecting. Because I think a lot of times people jump into Discord servers, there's tons of rabble, they don't really know what's going on, they jump out, we just lose a lot of people. If somebody, you can sit down and have a cup of coffee with somebody and just enjoy a chat, and I think we're a lot more likely to hook people in that way.
And to provide a little additional perspective here, so you can see this is part of 3-Wind DAO, and this is what Meetup calls a pro network. And this is like a functionality that they provide to really allow organizations to leverage their platform to have very large scale on a global basis. And I don't know what the spread looks like globally, but this is, again, something, and this is where we're wanting to create a framework where people that want to lead a local meetup group, and we're doing something very, very generic here. I mean, we're Web3, DAOs, NFTs, and Metaverse in Colorado. So the opportunity of casting a very large umbrella, and then through specific events, really allowing, whether it's a just getting started in crypto group like what you were talking about there, Amy, or a deeper dive, or anywhere in between. Because like one of the other things that we think would be a feasible dynamic is having like some workshops where it's a small dynamic, like whether it's $10 or $20, where people could participate in person and or virtually. And this might be another profit center that we could do within the ecosystem, where, again, because if you can host a profitable meetup group, but then leverage into make it easy for people to do. And this is one of the things that we've been talking a little bit about, like with the Retoken Ambassador program. But just wanted to plant that seed, kind of like what we're looking to do as far as like hybrid events to combine with the virtual events. And like Blur said at the start of this, it's a much easier dynamic hosting a in-person meeting for 20 people or 30 people compared to 2,000. You know, getting an event space for a small group of people. A lot of libraries even allow you to host an event for you know, using their venue for community organized events and stuff like that.
With that being said, because I've been attending a lot of small groups even before I went into this space. If you connect with your Chamber of Commerce or your local small business groups, they would have slots that you can fill in, and you can charge for that meeting. And because I've been in some of them that I had to pay, let's say $20 for, like what you said. And that would be something that you all might want to think about. when you start small with these meetup groups, is just network with your local organizations that are already doing this and have space for local meetups.
Yeah, and absolutely. And we'll be wanting to have conversations with people that are, you know, because again, not a fan of reinventing the wheel. There's a lot of people that run profitable meetup groups, and then the opportunity for us to amplify that through the DAO framework, where we have all garnered a good amount of experience already in a short period of time. Because compared to most everybody else, the people here that are on this meetup or on this working group right now are functional experts compared to everybody else with the experience that we have. And then again, the opportunity to really, because like one of the other things that I've spoken about quite regularly and still trying to figure out how to incorporate. We'll probably start off doing it here within this 3-win DAO. There may be enough need and opportunity just because of cooperative housing and affordable housing that it's such a strong need of even potentially doing another meetup group network. And I know that that would probably, we'll talk about that here next month, Tyler, but that was something that I was talking about, but we're planning on starting here, maybe even today, maybe even tomorrow, a local investment club using Syndicate DAO. And I can't remember where, was that on a Twitter that they had that stuff, Tyler?
Well, syndicate.io is their website, and then I've been in their Discord and just reading about some of their stuff. It's been pretty interesting because these people are really on point about asking the right questions, and it's been interesting. A lot of projects that we've seen are saying, "Oh, we're exempt from registration because of this rule," but then they're not actually following that rule, or we just don't think that any tax laws apply to us at all because they just don't. I'm super curious to see, you know, fast forward a few years when the SEC and everybody catches up and they say who was complying or making a best effort to comply in the beginning and who just wasn't, and what that looks like in terms of projects. So some of in the legal channel and Syndicate, I've been seeing some really interesting conversations. People are saying, well, what about Wyoming's DAO versus Delaware's LLC and the business courts? And what about this? And is it worth being in Nevada? Should we incorporate overseas and whatever and whatever? This has been super interesting. So syndicate.io and their Discord, learning a lot. I think it's a really interesting program. And they allow some algorithmic management that says, as everybody can connect their wallet, and as certain things happen in this, then money can get distributed according to the rules that you set up and vote for. So could potentially be really interesting. And we are probably going to file that under the investment club rules, 99 people max and active participation only. So we're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, we think that's going to be a really good tie into Retoken and what that's going to look like.
Yeah, and some of you may be wondering, like, why looking at this right now? And one of the reasons was it was really starting to weigh on me pretty heavily because, like, been talking about cooperative housing and doing a cooperative housing NFT and doing some type of an investment club surrounding that. And I'm like, man, it would be absolutely horrible for not to have a little bit more in place for this DAO Day coming up here on 2/22/22. And again, like this is something that Tyler and I have an immediate need for. And that's one of the reasons that we're here, is that we have such an immediate need ourselves for cooperative housing here in Denver. I mean, we're literally live streaming from an Airbnb that we're going to be in until the end of May. And, you know, we would really like to see if we could potentially be like get this cooperative housing NFT in place so that we could move from our Airbnb into a cooperative housing proof of concept for this cooperative housing NFT. So just wanted to kind of let everybody know as far as some of the direction on like the meetup group. This is something that we've been talking about for a long period of time that has carried over from Retoken. This 3CO meetup group that we just launched is, again, part of a larger plan to build out this triple win DAO, where we're exclusively working on win-win-win projects, and the opportunity to make it super easy for people that would like to connect locally to help onboard more people into Web3, DAOs, crypto, etc. And the thing that I love about DAOs is, and that's one of the things that I think is so much better as far as like onboarding somebody into crypto through a DAO vehicle, is DAOs are the community. And that's the missing component, because left to everybody's own devices, it's super easy to get information overload. And by having a DAO framework that is basically, you know, a framework to build community, that's functionally what it is, I think. But anyway, more excited, like, go ahead, Tyler.
Well, what I was going to bring up before was to all of you guys that are in other communities, are any of you willing to promote this in your communities, or have you been? What's the response been? Were you waiting on us? We're just trying to figure out. I know a lot of you are in other communities and want to see if you're willing to do an official promotion in these communities, so we can put those people on the list and figure out who's interested in partnering and that kind of thing.
I'm still pretty new to the communities that I'm in, so I'm not really comfortable shilling anything right now. It's something I'm not really comfortable doing.
Okay. Hoopster, what about you? I know you're in a lot of communities. Is it something that you're comfortable with?
Well, I'm actually only active in like two. I mean, I know it seems like maybe I'm everywhere, but I'm only actually an active part of the Poly Ecosystem DAO and the Superhuman DAO. I'd be happy to make Yonks like an honorary DAO mat if he wants to pitch it, but being a part of it, yeah, like if you, yeah.
What would be the best way here with where we're at? Because I know that
I don't know. Like I'm so far behind. This is only like the second meeting I've even attended. So like I'm not even caught up with everything that's being. I don't know even what we're doing at this point. Like as far as the, what do you call it? The
So we've got the one-day conference. We're getting speakers lined up, and the ask is that we are trying to sign up partner communities to make an announcement to say, hey, this is a value-added educational program. If you want to attend, it's cheap, or if you want the higher gold pass ticket, you get all these extra benefits, plus the community gets 80% of the revenue back. So it's basically just like a value add for the community. And we figured at the very least, people would be like, oh, cool, that's an interesting value add. Maybe I'm not interested, but it's, it's fine. Or, oh, that's great, I would love to learn more. This is a really easy way to do it, and the community can get some money back. And one of the things that we're looking at is some communities have profit models, a lot of them don't. And of the communities that we've been in, most of them don't have a lot of infrastructure. Like a lot of the DAOs that we're in are not actually DAOs. So we're just trying to provide this educational thing for the community. And we're looking for this partner ticket thing and saying, this is an experiment. If we want to do a big blowout with the June event. We're looking for some proof of concept that people are willing to say, sure, I'll make an announcement about this. Yeah, we'll participate, that kind of thing.
And probably I think the one of the biggest opportunities, I mean, we're obviously doing a very Polygon centric dynamic here. What do you think, Poopster, would be the best opportunity to get this on the Polygon ecosystem DAO radar as far as them being a partnered community here within the next week?
I'd post it in the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's if you want to get their attention on it. I think that the best way would just be post in the Discord and have some of the Genesis team look at it. Yeah. Oh, and as far as like the Superhuman DAO, we don't have our treasury set up yet. We don't have funding for, I don't know, probably the next 2 weeks, I think, at least. So
we're not asking Superhumans for any money. We're asking them to make an announcement and say, hey, if you want to. So this is all being driven from the communities to the members and saying, hey, here's an event you members can sign up for if you want to. If you do, then we get paid, the community. So that's it. It shouldn't cost them anything if they don't want to sponsor it. If they want to be a partner, it costs them nothing. And if nobody signs up, it doesn't cost them anything. And if somebody signs up, then they start making money.
Do we have something standardized that we're presenting to these communities, or is it just like kind of?
Yeah,
whatever?
Julie put together some great marketing material, and I've got the final drafts of it right now that I can send over to you. I'll post in the Discord. But yeah, we do have stuff that's standardized. Dax just put up /partner/sponsor and I think /speaker. So I need to put some forms behind those so we can have people sign up. But yeah, we've got the materials ready to go.
Yeah, as soon as you get that done, because opening up a topic about it, not having anything at hand to forward when they ask for it, is kind of like letting them know that you're not really ready. So if we want to keep our reputation intact. So if we have something that they can choose, either they want to be a partner or they want to be a sponsor or they want to be, just to show up in the event, that would be really helpful, because I'm in a lot of different communities. And that being said, whenever I would approach them, I want to be ready, so I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, I will get that stuff out to you all tonight, and then Amy, if you want to make a list of what communities you want to push out on, that would be great. And that way, I don't know if we're in any of the same ones. I would make sure I'm not hitting the same ones that you're hitting.
I don't think we have the same people in the list, but it's not hard for me to even go through the list that Julie put out. I just don't know which one you're working. So let's just reverse the question. Tell me who you're working with so I don't bother with them.
Sure. Yeah, great. Okay, so we'll get that over to you here tonight, and then that'll be great. And then anybody else, are you in any communities that you're willing to push this out on? Okay, what's next, Jason?
Was going to talk a little bit about MailChimp. That's one of the tools that have been looking at their retoken, and primarily the reason for that was the integration with Meetup. But looking at, and actually went and signed up for a MailChimp account here the other day, and it wasn't providing as much integration as I was hoping, as far as the how well that worked. So that was something that, and is there anybody that's interested in doing any of the email marketing here that's on the call right now?
Well, in order to do email marketing, we need to have emails. So that should be something we need to be collecting.
Yeah, and we have the opportunity. I mean, we actually took it off of token summit.xyz. So the opportunity for us to have a form here on our website is absolutely an opportunity. We're going to be getting email addresses within the workflow for the ticket registration. And that's something that we still need to figure out a little bit more about, and I've got to follow up with Unlock Protocol because I haven't seen how to do that with the WordPress plugin, and that's something that we do have some emails, and then like also with meetup.com we'll be getting emails there. So yeah, we'll have the emails for sure.
The other thing is that Hopin and pretty much every platform requires an email address. So even if you sign up with your crypto wallet, you have to give us an email address to create a login. So we, as we continue to have these events, our email list is going to grow organically because of that.
And the reason that I was asking if what people's interest was as far as from the email marketing standpoint, we're talking about a lot of tools here, and this is we do have here under let me just minimize this. So I think everybody should be on all 4 of these workspaces, and this is the 3-Win DAO Notion. And the Team Wiki created, or this is a very out of the box, and I shared that on the Notion Discord, but this is where looking to put some of the tools that we're using or evaluating, and I'm not super impressed here with the initial integration with meetup.com that I was seeing with MailChimp. So it's kind of disappointing, and the opportunity of potentially evaluating a better email solution. And I don't know how much time that I want to spend on that, but I don't want to engage all of your time if it's not something that you're interested in. That's why I was asking. So if anybody's interested in being involved in that, I'll just take that to Discord and then you can engage there. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, I don't mind helping you guys with that because I do that all the time for the nonprofits that I'm working with. I just need to have everything in place and what is it that we're emailing them, so that way, and we can like not do this right now, but in the future, like on June or October, was it October for the next one? So we can gather enough emails that during the time of registration. And I think we need to have a tab there that say, do you want to be alerted on future events? That way we already have permission to send them emails, because people can be tacky about those emails.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and that's some of the workflow that we still need to define, and that's again one of the reasons that looking at the email solution here, so that we can, and it's something that's been an open loop for a while, just didn't prioritize it as far as retoken, because like I think we've got over 60 email addresses there that we've just ad hoc collected, and we don't do any type of regular email communication at Retoken, and that's definitely not going to be the case here, because wanting to communicate on some regular basis, especially surrounding the events like DAO Day coming up here and then Token Summit 622 coming up in June. So I'll take those. So in the nonprofits that you've worked with, Amy, were you actually involved in any of the decision as far as evaluating what tool that they are using or setting up that tool? How are you involved there?
I just directly emailed them, and they were talking about constant contact before, and we haven't really gone towards that because, like I said, most of the people that I deal with are like older folks, and they do have money, but sometimes they're not techno. But so we do a direct email to them whenever, like an email blast. We put everybody's email in there and blast whatever fundraising we're doing, and who responds, and who don't. But they were thinking about doing constant contact, which a friend of mine has used it in one of his businesses, and it worked pretty well for him when I asked him about it. So I know MailChimp might be something new. We haven't tried that, but it's not something that I cannot learn to use.
Okay, yeah, no, I was just trying to understand. So if you want to be involved in those conversations, or anybody else as far as that is concerned, because again, I'm not super impressed with MailChimp, and the biggest thing is that we need to make sure that the tool that we're because one that I've had on my radar for a while is Active Campaign. And the opportunity here to spend a little bit of cycles to get the right tool in place is definitely something that I want to do, because I don't like migrating from one tool to another, especially like email. And categorically, this would really fall under CRM, because a lot of these tools really provide some of the CRM, customer relations management capabilities for. Because like one of the fun things that I was actually thinking of doing, like with this meetup, is a tool that I've been looking at called Bonjoro, and I think it's bonjoro.com, and it's just kind of like a fun way to send a video email to like really increase the personal touch component, because we really believe that providing more personal touch can go a long way to, like it says, build super fans with video. And I think Super Fans is a book by Pat Flynn, who is a masterful community builder, very, very successful in his entrepreneurial activities. So I think that that's where that actually first showed up on my radar. So just being transparent as far as some of the tools that we're looking at putting in place here to build out. And part of the reason that's so excited as far as really spending some cycles here with the tooling with Triple Win Foundation is that this is where a lot of the DAOs that we're going to be creating will sit with under, and already planted the seed a little bit. It's not something that need to talk about, but potentially even bringing Retoken into the Triple Win Foundation ecosystem. And we'll talk more about that in coming weeks. But as far as do you have what you need, Tyler, as far as the decisions and next actions here on this? I'm going to add creating some more retroactive bounties for the and for people that have contributed stuff, like for Julie creating. Go ahead, Tyler.
Well, what I would say is, I know a lot of you guys have been doing stuff. I don't necessarily know all of it. So what I just need everybody to do is put everything on there that you've already done, and then we can just start assigning bounties to it, and then just assign it to yourself, create the bounty, assign it to yourself, and check it complete. And then we can start putting bounties on that so we can make sure everybody gets paid for the work they already did. And then moving forward, everything that you think needs to get done, just start throwing out bounties. If you want to, if you're saying that you're volunteering for something, then create it and assign it to yourself. Or if you just are saying something needs to get done, but I don't know how to do it, or I don't have time or whatever, then just, this is a team effort. We need everybody creating this program together. If it's just Jason and me, it's probably not going to work. We need the whole team. So Good.
And I just want to remind Jason on the social side, I see that you have crypto and coffee before, and I looked at the Clubhouse group in there. You have a lot of people in there, and I don't know if you have admin capability in there wherein you can use that platform to promote Token Summit DAO. We could probably use that also in our social events.
Yeah, crypto and coffee is kind of mostly. I think that they have like maybe, and I don't know what cadence that they have, and I don't think I'm actually an admin, but that's probably not going to happen as far as utilizing that. They do have a fairly large audience there, but yeah. And that's one of the things that we spoke about during our previous working group that we didn't actually get on the schedule. Do we want to put on the schedule here a Twitter space and or a Clubhouse? That's something that we spoke about with some intention on our previous working group, but never did anything with that.
If you want to hit international audience, I think between 8 and 10 in the morning is good, and between 11 and 1 or 2 is good, because that's basically the time frame where people are up and awake or still awake internationally at that point.
That's a good idea. What do you want to do something tomorrow at noon, or did you mean what time zone did you mean 11 to 1 in Amy? Eastern or Central Mountain?
I think it would be Eastern time, because when I was in different rooms, there was a suggestion by an international member that they missed some of the rooms because of that reason. So if we're trying to be international, those were the time that they are internationally available. So just wanted to put that in there.
Okay, so you said 11 to 1 Eastern, right?
Yeah, or between 8 and 10. Yeah.
We don't do mornings. That would be like 6 to 8 in the morning here. So that's out for us because we are not morning people. So if you want to host it, God love you. That'd be amazing. So 11 to 1 would be 9 to 11. So do you want to do some, Amy, are you available tomorrow at 10 in the morning?
Definitely.
No, that'd be 11 your time.
We need to have a catchy topic in order to execute that in a well received way, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to organize the room on that, Amy, and then we can throw it on the calendar?
I will try to do it. Yeah. And also everybody promotes it whenever I post it.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you make sure, Tyler, that Amy has the right level in the DAO Hack Club there on Clubhouse?
Yeah, let me get that set up here. Yeah, that's a good idea, Amy. Let's see, members. Yeah, Amy, I'm gonna go ahead and make you I just made you an admin on the DAO Hack, so you can schedule the room, name it whatever you want, schedule it for tomorrow morning, 11 Eastern. 11 Central, noon Eastern, and then that'd be great. We've got 91 people in the DAO Hack. Jason, did you say you are an admin in Crypto and Coffee, or you're not?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know if that will make sense or not, but we can start promoting it. every time somebody asks us to do anything outside of Retoken, we are promoting it on the DAO hack. Like one of the coordinators for East Denver asked Jason to make a how to sign up as a volunteer video, just so that people would, I mean, the instructions were super clear, but he's like, we just need to make it like super clear, so we just need a video. So Jason just made like a 7-minute video last night, and we simulcast that on the DAO hack, and we're building an audience there for all of our projects to push out on that.
Oh, and that's where we have the Saturday morning book club, and it was absolutely fabulous. We kicked off the Infinite Machine here last Saturday, 11 Eastern time, and great book. That's the backstory of Ethereum. So if you haven't read it, it's actually becoming a movie as well. So you can follow the ETH movie on Twitter. Very engaging. So when kept on pause and everybody's like, no, do another chapter. So did that a couple times, and I think the room ended up going 2 hours and 40 minutes there on Saturday, which was very long room.
It was a crazy book. I mean, you want to talk about a geeky software engineer who just changed the world. I feel like everyone in high school, when they're like, the nerds are going to take over the planet, like, yes, just all of that. So
Is it, you guys listen audio, or is it like read on your own time? I missed that.
No,
we do that. So we have an Audible subscription. So we just get a book, and normally, depending on how long the chapter is, we will listen to the chapter and then discuss it. If it's a shorter chapter and people are really engaged, sometimes we'll listen to an additional chapter. One time there was a chapter that was so dense and so interesting, we actually listened to that chapter again, but we don't normally do that. So it's no pre-reading, it's no pre-work. It's not like you see the book club coming up in 15 minutes and you forgot to read the book that week or whatever, or you read it a week ago and you can't remember what we're talking about. So we want to make it really easy. That's why we listen to the chapter together at the beginning of the book club, and then we just talk about it right then. So it's really easy.
And Blurs, it's on Clubhouse, just in case you're not a member yet. Just be a member.
Not.
Are you?
And there may be some opportunity to navigate that to Twitter Spaces, because I think, and I don't know if you saw, but I did make a cool POAP for the one here this last Saturday, Amy.
I plan to do a POAP on that, because that's the beginning of the book. Yeah, I plan to do a POAP on that one.
Yeah, so I did make one, and where I was going with that is that the DGen bot that we have available for POAP distribution, I believe supports Twitter Spaces. However that works, I don't really know, but I don't think that it does on Clubhouse. And so that may be something to contemplate, but right now we're doing it on Clubhouse, and had great turnout here last Saturday. And yeah, like Tyler was saying, just show up. We listen to the content via audio, and then audio book, and then we discuss, and then kick off a great Saturday that way, and have some good conversation, learn some things. Like we just finished up Getting Things Done. Highly recommend that book. But talking about getting things done, I did add the decision here, begin using DWork XYZ for Bounty Board. And I created a link over here to this tools stack. And this is something one of the things too, and I'll try to figure out a good framework, because would like to do all of the documentation in Notion here. So like Discord bots, for example, that's something that we would have an opportunity, and whether it would be a potentially like Discord here would be a tool, and then like potentially having a database here, a Notion database to and purpose is community chat. Yeah. So anyway, this is, and we'll probably have here after like sometime late February after DAO Day, early March. And if there's a need and if for doing like a Notion 101 or something, let us know, because we could definitely fast track doing that, because we would like, this is a new tool for most everybody. We've been using it a little bit longer myself over at BitDAO, and then over at OpenDAO as well. And so if there's a need to do like a little bit of training on this, or like a breakout session as far as using this, let me know, and we can definitely schedule that and prioritize getting that in here. Looking at the calendar too, added here are Retoken community takeover, just putting another working group on there for Wednesday, so that we can work on getting some of the details finalized. But we've got still a lot of stuff to do, and really getting the workflow dialed in and documented. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, but the opportunity to improve upon that while we're really gearing for Token Summit 622. But yeah, what else do we need to talk about here today? Amy, go ahead.
I think the Monday Clubhouse should be a Twitter space instead of a Clubhouse. Is that what that Mrs. Young said, Tyler said about?
I had said Clubhouse because we already have we have an audience for Clubhouse. We don't have one for Token Summit DAO yet. I don't know that many people are following it. If you think Twitter Space is better, I'm open to that. I just
well, it's a little different, because like with Twitter, it amplifies all of our unique, like the opportunity. You don't have to have a large, because I mean, I've got I don't know, 1,700 followers on Twitter. So
yeah, if you think Twitter's better, that's fine. I'm not nearly as familiar with Twitter as I am with some of the other stuff. I don't really know how it works as much as Clubhouse and some of the other platforms.
If you can make me admin on the Twitter space, I think the reason why I prefer the Twitter space for this one promotion is because they post it on the top. Whichever spaces are open, Twitter put it on the top, and people can join in even though they're not in your list.
Okay. Okay, great. Jason, can you make Amy the admin of whatever she needs to be admin of?
Yeah, it's so I think we should actually bump this to Tuesday.
Okay.
And then maybe do one on Thursday as well. Do we want to do a Twitter space on both?
Yeah, let's do both.
Okay, and then I'm gonna just duplicate this.
We've yeah, Thursday's a pretty busy day.
Well, if we need to change that, then we can.
Yeah, we can. We just need to be careful on the time.
Okay.
Let me know before I set it up, so we can. If you let me know by tonight, yeah, I'll get it done.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do Thursday. We've got so what time are we doing it at noon Central?
I think it's 11 Central. I think you mentioned.
10 a.m. here. Okay. Yeah, that'll give us plenty of time. We don't have the next thing until 12:30. So 10 o'clock here. We don't have the next thing until 12:30. That should give us plenty of time.
So that would be like 12 o'clock Central. Is that correct? Because you're just 1 hour ahead.
It'd be 11. Yeah, we're just 1 hour behind you. So
okay,
10 Mountain, 11 Central.
Okay,
Eastern.
we'll get that done. So just to verify, it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday at 11 Central.
Okay.
And yeah, we've got that on the calendar. So let me add that as a for Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p. EST. And I'll do the to-do schedule, create Twitter spaces. And I'm also going to add here to begin evaluating email services, not liking MailChimp. Integration is subpar. And might have to get a little fancier with the some integration there, because I don't think it's in the box, but there's some tools like Zapier, and Mrs. Yonks has used Zapier before, and that is a potential opportunity, or using here Zapier is a big integration tool. But covered a lot of stuff, was all over the board as far as some different ideas. Excited to use DWork for our bounty board here. And then we'll figure out some of the, try to get some consistency with our bounties so that we can have a good framework for building upon here for the rest of the seasons with the tokenomics and stuff like that. And the tokenomics are, I'm going to send out a tweet. We are already 4 minutes over. We'll create the multi-sig proposal, and we'll get that from a timing standpoint where it'll be probably the voting for that will end over here. So anybody, Tyler, that we need to get shored up on the airdrops, and we're going to do here for this working group, and then for the working group that we had earlier in the week on Wednesday, we will do an airdrop for that because we didn't have the coordinate in place, and we'll get the make sure that everybody is on the coordinate. And I don't know if we need to have a working, or we'll talk. Let's make sure that we get some time on our upcoming working group on the 9th, Tyler, for talking about coordinate, to make sure that everybody is on the same page for how we'll be using that.
Oh, okay, great.
Anything else? We're already 5 minutes over. Final thoughts from anybody on the call here today?
It's a great working group today.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
agree.
Thanks everybody for participating.
Yeah, no, and showcasing the tool there for the bounty board. I mean, that alone made it a great working group, I think. So I'm excited to use DWork for our bounty board. I see Dax has an open mic. You got any final thoughts for us today, Dax?
Yeah, like you said, DWork. I am excited about the DWork, and I'm just poking it out right now. I like it. It's very lightweight, and yeah, there's a lot of integrations. You could use your Discord to connect as well. It's not just a wallet. If you don't have any MetaMask or anything like that, you can use the Discord itself. So yeah. So I like it.
And Dax, thank you so much for stepping in with all the extra website stuff. I know I just kind of put a lot on you. So we appreciate you and all the last minute stuff and just being flexible on all the changes. So you did a great job. We thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I just pinged you in this thread that was automatically completed with the DWork integration. And I'm going to see if I can change the default thread inactivity from 24 hours to three days on that. But yeah, no, love the tool there, and great working group. Thanks everybody. Have a rest of a great Sunday here. Got a lot to do. Little over 2 weeks away, 2 weeks and a day away for Token Summit DAO Day 222. Looking at here at the countdown timer, and I think I did slightly adjust the countdown timer to correspond. I think it was UTC. I think the website is on UTC time, but I think I put it at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and I don't think that that's necessarily finalized, but it was definitely more accurate than UTC. But as you can see here, we've got less than 16 days till DAO Day 222 launches on February the 22nd. So have a great Sunday, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Bye.